Good evening, everyone. This is Pradeep Mall, Ambassador of Change from GETI, the Global Education and Training Institute from Lucknow. We are the premier institute for training teachers and principals from India and many parts of the world. And we have many in-service and pre-service programs. For more information, please go to 740-840-1000. Right now, you're on our disruptive education platform, and on this platform, we have met with and interacted with more than 1,450 educators from India and all over the world. And this evening, we have for you Mrs. Sakeena Bhat. She's the principal of the Birla Open Minds School in Pampore in Jammu and Kashmir. And she has a BSc and an LLB and a B.Ed. Her experience is 30 years in international schools abroad. So hobbies, knowing people and learning about ways that can make life easier. She won the Best Teachers Award in Thailand for science. And she will be speaking to us today. Does technology lower our creativity? So thank you, ma'am, for being with us. Good evening. And
Good
over to
evening,
you,
Mr.
ma'am.
Pradeep. Good evening, Mr. Pradeep, and thank you for welcoming me on GETI. It was pleasure talking to you, and this is just basically my own concept and my basic idea how I think technology is working with us. As you will see that nowadays technology is the most important thing. So I'm just going to give my own ideas, my own basic concepts. This is a debatable question, and this is a debate that's going on in all around the world, and everyone has their own way of telling it. Basically, today I'm here to talk about my own way, how it works, and how I see technology. So I hope those who have joined me will be able to listen to me and will at least have some things to be shared via technology. So today I'm just going to show you some slides that I have prepared, and that is what I think about technology. So let's get started. So the topic is, does technology lower our creativity? As I said, it is a debatable question, and most of you will agree with me what I have to say and what I will say, but you still have your own way of doing it. Let's go on. So, how do you define creativity? What is creativity? For me, creativity is framing the unframable. And creativity needs support and time to unfold into action. So when I say creativity, you can say creativity is doing something from your own thinking, and you really need time, and you also need support to put that creativity into action. Then, what is technology? Well, technology, as we all see and all use it, it's a broad term and it deals with everything around you. Basically, when I say technology, technology is a broad term dealing with the use and knowledge of humanity's tools and crafts. So, what are the tools that humanity has been using? If we say right from the beginning, from the event of getting to know what fire is. That is when we started the word tools. It was the first, we can say, caveman who, just by striking two stones together, got the first ember of light or heat, and that turned into be one tool, and we got to know what actually heat is, what fire is. Then it started with tools that were being made from stones. Later, it got into modifications, and now the tools that we are using are entirely different. But that is when technology came into our life. And without technology, as I said, is a debatable question. Can't say anything about it. We can't say what is this. So, how has technology impacted our lives? Technology has impacted our lives in many different ways. Today, I'm going to talk about few things that technology has touched, which I feel have been impacted in a great or in a major way. So, first of all, I'll say lifestyle, communication, health, business, and education. So, these are some aspects where I think technology has played a major role. So, what was it and how has technology helped our lifestyle? You see this picture over here? This is me. When I say this is me, that means this was me going out to grocery shopping. I used to go out whether I like it or not, if I was in a mood or not, but I had to survive and go and get my groceries so that I can survive. But now, what is this? This is me. And here you will see that only me having a grocery cart on my laptop. What does that mean? It means that my life has become easier. On a click of a mouse, I can order things. I can go to any grocery shop which is online, order things, get them, and they will be delivered at my home. So now what am I doing? How did it make my life easier? Well, I sat in my room at the click of a computer's click mouse. I just had to order things, pay it, and there the delivery is. Isn't it easy? Well, it has made my life much easier. Now I don't need to bother about jumping into a car, emitting more emission of carbon, leaving a huge footprint of carbon. I'm saving a lot of things, my time, my energy, and the environment. Not only this, you will see that how has it happened? Just by a click of mouse. So not only this is going on, but here you will see I have also at my computer click, I can book flights, I can book a hotel room, You just name it and you'll get it. I remember when I was young, I would go out to a theater, watch movies, and be there for 3 hours. But now, if I want to watch a movie, I'll just click on Netflix, and if I like it, I'll sit there and watch it from the comfort of my home. But if I had to go to a cinema hall and watch a movie and I didn't like it, I wouldn't leave the hall because there I had spent my time, my energy, and my money to go there. But now things have changed. Easier. Life has become so easy that it is changing and it has changed leaps and bounds. So, lifestyle has been impacted. It's not only this much. If I want to do shopping for my clothes or any accessories, all I have to do is just visit few websites, shop around, see what I like best, order it, and it comes to me. What else does a man need? Getting life easier. That's what I think is lifestyle change. Now, when I come to communication, as you can see on my PowerPoint, that there are so many symbols that are here. You see all these things over here? It shows so many things. What is communication? What do you mean by communication? Communication means making things heard or listening to someone or sending a message across, which can be put forward. When I was a child, I remember if I was to go somewhere, I had to tell my parents where I'm going, when I'll be back. And if by chance I didn't return on time, the only way was a normal landline telephone. So if it didn't work, what would happen? Things would be like parents would be worried, everybody would be worried. But now, what is it? Just take a call, just on a click of a mouse or on a click of your phone, you can find where I am because now we have GPS locators. If I get lost, I just put my location and the location where I have to be, and that sends me there. So, modes of communication have changed. Everything around you is changing. In olden times, not olden times, I would say in my youth or in my when I was a child, the only way to communicate with your friends or family if you were out of your home or out of your hometown would be a simple snail mail. And then if it was an emergency, it would be a telegram. Not the telegram that we use now. A telegram app, no, I'm not talking about that app. I'm talking about the telegram the postman used to deliver. And that too would reach, say, 2 days later. And the snail mail, if I had to send some urgent communication to my parents, would be taking 10 days, 15 days, depending upon the post delivery system. But now, if I have to deliver a message, I just go on WhatsApp type it down, and send it to my parents or to my friends or family or whatever, whoever it is. So the trend, the communication has given us a lot of comfort. If you want, you can just be sitting like right today as I am talking to you. You will see that if I was in the past, I would not be doing it. Our communication started with Morse code, but now Morse code has changed. It has become different. And what helped in making it so different? It is the internet. Last 50 years, because of the invention of internet, everything has changed. I used to remember, I still remember, if I would see a movie and there would be someone talking on a mobile phone and there was a picture in the mobile phone, we would be thinking like it was Hollywood movies that used to show that. And we would be thinking like, what is this? Will it ever happen? Well, that did happen. And how did it happen? Only with the inventions and with the inventions of technology, the betterment of technology, the advance that has, the leaps and bounds of advances that have happened in technology. So, our communication, our way of reaching each other has changed. So, this is how communication has changed. There's a rapid progress that internet has made. Now you have all different kinds of apps that help you to communicate. And above all, like if I would be calling abroad, it would cost me a lot of money. But now it's free. I talk to my son who is in Europe free of cost. It's not completely free of cost. I pay for my internet charges and that's it. But before, if I had to talk to anyone abroad, it would be like costing me a huge amount. And it would also hinder us from calling people abroad. But now, nothing like that. You can do it whenever you want. So, this is how technology has made communication very easy. So, my next one is healthcare. When I talk about healthcare, from the very first day, I think everyone knows that health is wealth. And we have changed. Health has changed. Healthcare has changed. How did technology help in it? Well, if we talk about, say, 30 years down the lane, we had simple machines that would be doing x rays, taking simple scans. But now we have all these things available where we can even know what's going inside our brain. Human genome was completely out of our way. When I was a student of biology, I did study genetics, I did study hereditary, and I would always wonder how, why. But now these hows and whys are very easily answered. We have gene therapy going on. If there is any defective gene, that can be replaced now. And what made it possible? Only the discoveries. When we started the human genome discoveries, it was a long process. But now we have complete set of information, and that information helps us to discover what are roughly 23,000 genes do. So when I say gene therapy, I mean, how did the scientists do gene mapping? It was only by the help of technology. They did all this work using computers, using other technologies available, and it's still improving. Every now and then, we get to know new things about healthcare. Most of you must have heard about BCI. It's a brain computer interface. When I say brain computer interface, you will think, what is it? Yes, it is a computer that detects your just feelings, or it also allows you to think. A person who cannot read, who cannot write, has some difficulties, the BCI allows them to do that. If you will see a major advancement in the field of brain computer announced in May, allowed a paralyzed man to imagine writing and have the words translated to text. So, this is how it helped. If a person gets paralyzed, it no longer means that he cannot write or he cannot do things. Yes, he can. There are improvements taking place in this. And recently, a team that was led by Frank Willett, who's working in BrainGate Research Consortium, they had put some, like, it was a test that was conducted. And like, we have the cursor, I have the cursor in my hand and I click it and I do all these things. But that was actually done by them by putting some things on the chip that was to be installed, and they used that. The eyes were used as cursors, and it could be writing things what were being imagined by a person. So if these things can happen, that's only technology. That's only how technology helps us. So, this is technology. Talking about prosthetic limbs, well, they were there before also, but how well were they used? Were they really in use? Were they really being used? They helped them getting over few things, but now all the prosthetic limbs are being controlled and have all the parts that can actually be used. They are put to use. They do it. And they make things easier for those who, by accident or were born like this, are using these limbs. So it has really played a huge role in this. Most of you are aware of this small little thing that is known as this oximeter. I'm sure all of us have this at home now because COVID 19 has really made us worry about things that we see. This oximeter has become a lifesaver for most of us because if I'm not feeling well, what am I going to do? I just go get the oximeter and start looking at my oxygen level or looking at my pulse, which I wouldn't do if this small thing was not readily available. If this small thing was not readily available at home, we would be thinking about going to hospital to get my oxygen level checked to see what's going to happen. But thanks to the technology and thanks to people who are working day in and day out to make our lives easier. Now, most of you must be thinking, like, nowadays we come to hear about this word AI, artificial intelligence, we listen to this word like it has become a very common phrase used nowadays. This was there for long time, but now with the help of technology, with the help of advancement, it has changed. It is being used very often. People are using augmented, virtual, and mixed reality. And all these technologies are helping humans understand. And they're really helping us understand things beyond our understanding. Recently, there was a Microsoft HoloLens that was introduced. And this Microsoft HoloLens has helped medical students to really look at the body because this displays a 3D structure. And this 3D structure helps them understand each and every part of our body. Look into the nerves, look into the bones, look how they are working without touching a cadaver. A cadaver which some may think like it's easy to touch, but not actually. Because nowadays there are so many contagious diseases that are around. So it has saved our students from going to cadavers and touching them. But now they can easily see a 3D human body with all the organs inside, with the shape of the bones, muscles, nerves, everything that you say, it's there. So this has only been able by one of our Microsoft HoloLens. Now, when I say health, nowadays most of you on your phones have an app which monitors how many steps you have taken, which monitors how many calories did you burn today. So this has helped the insurance companies because recently, I'll tell you about myself. I got an insurance and I had to download an app so that it is going to help me and the insurance company too. How did it help me? I just had to save some bucks. And that was only if I was committed to take 1,000 steps a day or 10,000 steps a day. So here you will see that I was taking 10,000 steps. It was helping me to get healthy, and it was also helping me to get some reduction in my next premium. So it is a win-win situation for both me and the company that is doing that. So here's a very common example that I'm giving over here. See, in November 2017, Column and United Healthcare announced that they have integrated Samsung and Garmin wearables into their national wellness program. It enables eligible plan participants to earn more than $1,000 per year by meeting their daily walking goals. So here I can say that technology is not only gamification, but it is helping us to do many different things that can help us. Then this is coming to business because insurance companies are business oriented. So it has really helped businesses a lot. Nowadays, you must have heard about cloud computing, big data, data science. They all have completely reshaped all the business. This was going on, but the speed of the advancement was not so high. But due to pandemic, It has completely changed it. It has accelerated, and everything has gone to remote model. Everything is moving on forward. The communications that were to be done by businesses physically are now happening by computers. You sit in one place and then you call a meeting, a Zoom, a Google, anything that you want, and business is going on. And from not only one corner, it's going all around the world. People are doing business across the world, and it's only possible because technology is there. Then you will see, my time, I remember having money, like real money that was made of paper or coins in with me. But now, who's using it? Nobody. It's all plastic money. Or you can simply do Paytm, Google Pay, WhatsApp Pay. All these things are there. No threat of being stolen. You're safe. Nowadays, if you will see Bitcoins, you're doing business in such a huge amounts that nothing, no one is going to steal it from you. It is somewhere in your wallet, somewhere in your Bitcoin wallet, or it's somewhere in Paytm, Google Pay. I want to send money. I'm just going to use these apps. I don't need to go to bank. I have everything on my small phone also. A device that is used for calling has all these apps in it. So that's how technology has made my life easier. Now, coming to the most important thing, that is education. This was a school that was from my time. I'm moving the cursor on this school that I used to go. It was made of bricks, it had walls, and everything was there. A playground, I would play, I would run around, go from floor to floor. But now, this is the school that I am in. It's a different school. I just have to open my laptop, sit in front of the laptop, and there my school is in front of me. My class teachers, my friends, everything is there. So when I say school, yes, I used to hear schools are buildings with future inside it. But that has changed now. You don't need to be in that building. You don't need to sit in that building or sit in front of your teacher. You can be in any part of the world and get educated if you have a small device that is connected to internet. Whether you have a laptop, you have a PC, you have a phone, you have a tablet, anything around you connected to internet, you can get educated. So life has changed. Education has evolved. I can learn from a teacher who is in America teaching her class, and I can be her student. But when I was growing up, I didn't have that facility. I had to go to college, I had to go to school, and I had to go to university to get educated. But now, what am I doing? I'm sitting right in comfort of my home and learning from Harvard University, and all thanks to technology. That is how education is now. And I'm sure all of you will agree with me that life has changed. And at last, I would like to say, and I would like to conclude the session by saying that I don't think technology has lowered our creativity, it has enhanced our creativity. This is my point of view. You may agree with me or not, but I'm sure if you're listening to me, you are to some extent in agreement with me. Thank you. Thank you very much. Mr. Pradeep,
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for that talk. And
thank you.
does technology lower our creativity? And before we leave,
What do you say? Has it
ma'am,
lowered our creativity?
yes, in a way it does, and in a way it enhances. Depends on which way you see it.
That's what I say. It's a debatable question. And
Yes, yes.
still, there's a lot to go on. But I think it has, to some extent, enhanced, and to some, like, I would say, enhanced.
Yeah, if you're blindly following something, it will always lower your creativity.
Yeah,
So it's up to us to educate everybody that this is only a means to an end and not an
not
end in
not an
itself.
end at all. Yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
So it's entirely up to you and me. We are the educators.
Yes, we are the educators.
True. So before we leave, I request you to watch our detox from our disruptive literacy movement, which is by Global Dream and is an initiative by our mentor, Dr. Sunita Gandhi, since 2014. The whole idea is that to ensure everyone's participation by a people's movement in helping fundamental literacy and numeracy.
Yeah, sure. That's really a great initiative. And we
Yeah,
really need people like Miss Sunita Gandhi to be there. More Sunita Gandhis to be there.
true. And through all of us, because we are the
Yes,
ones who actually carry it out.
yes, definitely.
So,
That is true.
to ensure this foundational literacy and numeracy for our brothers and sisters who are not so fortunate, and there are a lot of us in India who are not that fortunate. So, to a certain extent, at least, bridge the gap slightly. And in this, we have several talks per day. And for more information, go to 740-840-1000 for the kind of talks that you would like to tune into. So thank you so much, ma'am. And it
Thank
was
you
a
very
pleasure.
much.
Yeah.
It was
And
pleasure having me.
hopefully we'll have you on again.
I'll
And
I'll be hoping and
yeah,
waiting.
yeah. Good evening. Goodbye.
Good evening.
And see you
Goodbye.
again. Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you. Thank you.